So today we are actually going to be talking about this whole AfroTech conference that actually took place in Austin, Texas, okay? And people were saying like, okay, one, you had some people saying like, okay, this is lit, this is hype.
Yes.
Ooh. Then on the other half, you had people saying like, oh, I mean, it's expensive. They didn't
Uh-oh.
have this, they didn't have that. Could have been a little bit better. Okay, so we're going to get into all of that. But first, I would appreciate it if you can go ahead and smash that like button right now. Just go ahead and do it. I'll wait. And smash that subscribe button. Go ahead, do it right now. Just get out the way, okay? Now, let's get into this video. So, first, I actually want to just talk about, okay, because people are saying like, Afrotech, it ain't all that, or some people saying, oh, it was lit, it was good. Okay, so for people who are not familiar, because I didn't know what it was at all, they had a conference for this year 2023. Okay, this is AfroTech Conference 2023 in Austin. Now it was from November 1st through, I believe, the 5th. Okay, so I got a little bit here. It says AfroTech Conference is the largest Black tech conference of the year. Get ready to connect with the global community of 20,000 plus Black tech innovators during a series of digital and in-person events filled with dynamic programming on emerging trends, networking opportunities with industry leaders, conversations with top tech recruiters. So when I first read this, okay, I was like, okay, well, this kind of sounds like a job fair kind of thing, okay? Like a job fair networking kind of thing, which is typically what a job fair is, anyways, okay? And the reason why I thought that is because it says get ready. So one, it says Black Tech Conference. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna be talking about tech and we're going to be networking with people, okay, to try to get jobs. That's the whole point of networking, for opportunities, okay? And it says get ready to connect with a global community of 20,000 plus Black tech innovators. So you're thinking, okay, these are people who are up here, so you get to go and connect with them, get a job
Right.
possibly, obviously at job fair, not every job fair right at that moment you're gonna get a job. Okay, some people, some kind of jobs, they like, okay, we could hire on the spot. But you have other ones like, okay, we'll take application. Okay,
Say
so
that.
that's why people will print out multiple applications if it goes on certain things. But that's what this kind of sounded like to me personally. Let me know down in the comments down below if that's what you thought this was, or if you already knew what it was originally. Okay, networking opportunity. So I was like, okay, conversation top tech recruiters. So I'm like, okay, sounds like a job fair to me. Sounds like, okay, if I go here, I'm not guaranteed a job. You're not guaranteed anything. But it's like, okay, if I go here, I may have a bigger opportunity to make something, happen in terms of career wise. All right. So there's that. And I just want to put up here the places that they were at. So this is Afrotech Conference 2023 will take place Wednesday, November 1st through Sunday, November 5th, 2023. Okay, it's gonna be Austin, Texas. And the place that I said I really like, 101 Red River Street, Fairmont, Austin. If you guys have not been, definitely go. I've been there about 4 or 5 times now, and it's great. I mean, this is hype. Okay, on the 7th floor, I believe they have a bar and they have a rooftop pool and everything. It's really cool. And the Austin Convention Center, went there for GalaxyCon, but anywho, so those are the places they went to. Okay, now I was wondering, okay, who's involved? Like, who are the speakers of this organization and stuff like that? So they had a varied amount of things going on. Okay, so I counted. Okay, and yes, some of the images were kind of like not professional. But I was going on there and I was looking, and like I said, I counted around 210, I believe is what it was. Yeah, it was about 210 speakers that I saw on there, because it had someone on there twice, and I was like, okay, I don't know what this is all about.
Come
But
on.
I was like, okay, whatever, right? So I go and I look, and I'm like, okay, well, who are some of these people They got somebody from Shopify. I'm like, okay, so on Morgan Stanley, Salesforce, the accountability initiative. Okay, this seems cool. I mean, I'm looking at Google, Calendly, Adobe, PwC, and yes, there's a variety of other people there. It ain't just black folks, okay? Meta, so you have different people in different kinds of professions. And I was like, okay, so this is something that is, something that's pretty interesting, I would say, when you look at it. You have a very diverse kind of grouping there. So I was like, okay, cool. I was like, okay, you're doing it.
Okay.
Well, how much does it cost? All right, because this ain't free. You can't just walk into a conference, okay? So
that.
Alex, girl, how much does this cost? Y'all. When I seen this, I was shocked, okay? Because I was like, okay. That's almost a mortgage payment for me. Okay. General admission. Okay. It says $775. Okay. $775. Now, after tax, probably around $800. Okay. They have a student section. It says sold out. Didn't see the price for it. Corporate, $950. Executive, $1,750. All access, $2,450. I was like, oh, okay. I don't know what I don't know if I want to go to one next year or anything like that.
Bruh.
I mean, y'all charging those kind of prices. So I mean, you're looking at some, serious cha-ching that you're gonna be dishing out. Okay, so I just want to show a little bit of what the site looks like to you all, just so you can see what it looks like. So I have the title up there, and this is for next year. Okay, so next year they're actually going to be in Houston, Texas. Okay, so it just says lock in AfroTech 24 now for Houston, Texas. So you see what those prices are going to look like. So if you all are interested in doing something like this, being a part of this Black networking experience with AfroTech, this is what you're going to be looking at. Okay? So just know, okay? But they also had what was on there before. So I have an image that I'm gonna put up, and this is just like what you get with the general admission ticket, $775. Okay, so it says program highlights, says gain valuable insights and knowledge from the best in tech and access diverse programming that caters to young entrepreneurs, new founders, and early career professionals alike. Benefit from a diverse range of programming that covers emerging technology, design and engineering, product and marketing, and intersection of tech and culture. Okay, so they also have like program access, innovation stage, product and engineering stage, learning labs, expo floor, all that. And then they have the curated meetups and receptions. Okay, they got the alphabet, HBCU, data and sales, engineers, creators. I just don't really. Now, I don't know. Maybe it's me. Why does it matter your sexual orientation if it's just for Black people to, I don't really get that. Because then it says data and sales, engineering. So is engineering then separated by what you identify as too? Or I guess I'm not really understanding what the relevance of that necessarily would be. So I don't really understand. And creators, I'm going to assume, are like social media people, your YouTubers, your TikTokers, your Instagrammers, and stuff like that, Twitterers, and all that kind of stuff. I also want to know, it says AfroTech musical or music official events. So apparently at the end of this, or however it works, there are performances by musicians and stuff like that, and that's where people were saying like, oh man, this is lit, y'all, and all that, which is after. And I was perusing the X, okay, and people were saying like, and there was multiple people on there, they were like, okay, this is cute, y'all talking about the after, everything that happened after, but can we actually talk about the event itself, not the after party, okay, not that, just the event itself, y'all. what people are saying about the event. Because you're saying, okay, Alex, you're saying this about the event, but where are the receipts? Who's actually saying this? Okay. So I actually was on the Instagrams and I followed this page called Spiritual World. Great. And they have a little bit, they have some comments that they've seen on the Twitter birds, I presume. And then I have some comments that I've seen on Twitter birds or X, whatever you want to call it. Okay. So in their section, they went and said there have been assertions made regarding the deceptive nature of AfroTech. Okay, conference marketing encompassing aspects such as the job fair, selection of speakers, and the nature of associated social events. The lack of consistency poses challenges for participants. So essentially what they're saying, people are thinking it's supposed to be a job fair. Okay. People are wondering why certain people are there speaking who really don't align with what we have for this conference. Okay. And what all is this about? Okay. So it's a little like, okay, people are dancing around trying to figure out what's going on. Let's continue. It appears that those in leadership positions, such as founders, content creators, and CEOs, may derive greater advantages from this approach as opposed to individuals seeking employment opportunities, one said. So a person is saying, your content creators, your founders of whatever, your CEOs of whoever, these people, this is really for them. If you're looking for a job here, you may be looking in the wrong place. Okay. And I'm going to continue the rest of their post. And it says another person expressed that initially AfroTech primarily catered to startups, small business owners, and individuals seeking employment in the technology sector. However, as the platform expanded, its focus shifted towards accommodating prominent brands, established entrepreneurs, corporate CEOs, venture capitalists, and content creators / influencers. So, as everything is, you start one way and then over time you meander into a different direction that is not necessarily that of your audience. So, we're going to get into the comments, and the ones that obviously have the watermark are from this post that I found on Instagram from Spiritual World. So one person says, I won't be tweeting much more about AfroTech, but I'll add this. Y'all have to know that Black folks have been the most impacted by layoffs over the last 2 years.
Say that.
Why then would you charge people $800 to $1,000 per ticket? Is this about support or exploitation? And that's the thing. You know what I mean? Now you have people who got money. Okay. You got people who they got it like that. It's nothing to it. Oh, $800. Yeah, here you go. Here, boom. It's nothing to me. But $800 to me, that's a significant chunk of my mortgage. You know what I mean? That is a significant chunk, yo. I don't even make $800 in a week, yo. You know what I mean? So for me to just go and spend $800 or $1,000 for this, whew, you know what I mean? I'm going to be going to UFC soon. And my UFC ticket ain't even that. You know what I mean? So it's like, and that's just pure entertainment. But look at it for people who are going here thinking they're going to be getting, a job fair experience. But they may not be getting one at all, because from what I'm understanding, it's not even really a job fair. So you're paying for an experience that may not really amount to much. Let me know if you all think, or have you been to AfroTech or whatever, and do you think it will? Now, some people say it is, is what you make of it, but it doesn't appear to be a job fair. It just seems like it's an experience, and maybe a learning experience, whatever the case may be. I could get a $200-some UFC ticket and chill out. You know what I mean? And have fun for 8+ hours. Okay. Or I could spend $800, which is 2, 4, 6, 4 times plus to 1,000 more what I'm paying over here. And now I'll be looking at, possibly maybe getting a better job, maybe, but there's no guarantee that you're going to get one, and maybe do some networking. But also, again, it's no guarantee, since people are describing this as not being a job fair. But Let's continue. Another post. It says, I'm not surprised by this feedback. AfroTech has come off as a money grab. Let's shift the focus from vibes and fluff to building robust networks and deepening our technological aptitude. It's time to prioritize substance over superficialities at these conferences. And that's the thing. You being a CEO of Shopify or VP of marketing of Shopify, Calendly, all this other stuff. It just seems like you just happen to be a black person that's in that position. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, well, how did you get there? And how can I learn from that? And how can I get to that? Oh, well, we ain't really got answers for that. I mean, we could party. You know what I mean? That's what it's kind of coming off as, So I could see why people are feeling a certain kind of way about this, because they're being marketed one thing, but then they're getting another thing, But yeah, that's the thing, people want to make a lot of things so much fun. I get it. That's part of marketing. You want to make it fun. You want to make it enjoyable. You want people to come. But when you do it like that, it's like, okay, but what about the other stuff? Y'all really want to talk about the tech and small businesses? Come on, look at the Twitters and the content creators. Look, y'all. Okay. So another post, and it says, I need AfroTech to actually have some truly technical seminars and not just stories and drinks. And that's what it seems like. It seems like, and this is from people who have been there, who have mentioned their own stuff. And, there's people who have just seen like as I have, okay, where it seems like the focus has been turned from educating, let's have seminars, technical seminars, how we could get into STEM, science, technology, engineering, math, how we could go over here and let's network to do that. And it's more like, yeah, it's cool, y'all. Ooh, yes, listen to his music, let's vibe. I have some that in the black are the ones that I found on Twitter. And these other ones came from Twitter as well. But it says, compared to other tech conferences, AfroTech needs more technical stuff, to be honest. Let people get good value for their money. Because here's the thing. It's one thing if you're paying $100 for a ticket, which is still kind of like, but $100, fine. But it's one thing if you're paying $100 for a ticket. It's another thing if you're paying $800 to $1,000 for a ticket. You know what I mean? It's one thing if it's $800 to $1,000. It's like, ugh. Okay, I need to get a little, am I going to get a job offer? This is a lot of money. You know what I mean? So that's the thing with all that. I got another one. It says, AfroTech is a media blitz and social gathering. Blavity has done a great job in convincing employers to send their teams in the name of quote unquote talent infusion. But 2019 was the last year AfroTech was truly a tech career event. I'm gonna still go next year for the vibes. Another one, it says AfroTech was okay. The value given does not match the price paid or expenses. It feels more like a social gathering. No real workshops or hackathons. It was all vibes, but when you're charging $800 USD for tickets and $100,000 to $350,000 for a booth, you need more tangible results. This was also the one that was in the spiritual world as well. But yes. Okay, and everything following this is going to be in response to his particular comment that I just read. All right, but that's the thing, he's saying that, like the other chick was saying, it seems like it's just a social gathering where we're tech, we're black tech, but we're not really talking about that. You know what I mean? We're just gonna hang around, It's like saying we're all doctors in a room, but we go to a picnic, a gathering, you know what I mean? And black folks, gathering. It's just we're hanging out with family, no real, it could be like, for Thanksgiving or whatever, but it also could just be like, okay, y'all, we're just gonna have like a Friday night, you know what I mean? So it could be something like that. But is it really saying that y'all talking about doctor stuff, medical stuff? No, y'all could just be hanging out, you know what I mean? So I'm sure here there could have been some talk, but it probably wasn't as much as it should have been. That's what it seems like to me. And like I said, you're charging all that money and 100K for a booth. And where's that money going? I mean, I get you got to rent the place out, but I mean, that's a lot of money. Okay, let's continue. It says the conference marketing is misleading from the job fair to the chosen speakers to the party. It's all inconsistent. It's all inconsistent for attendees. Just because something is popular does not mean it's better. It seems more beneficial for founders, content creators, and CEOs, not job seekers. And that's what they put in their summary. So, I mean, take it as you will for that. Another one, it says, to be fair, this is most conferences. At this point, I'm really only going to a conference to meet with people I have or want to do business with. But I almost never find great value in the talks or workshops. Never been to a conference with a hackathon, though. Could be cool. So one thing I want to highlight is he said, but I almost never find great value in the talks or workshop. And this is actually something I kind of think about when I look at these social media gurus and all that other stuff that goes on. I've been watching Pocket Watch with JT recently. And, he, when he started talking about these fake gurus, I start thinking about the people I used to watch, and I'm like, oh, I think you're a fake guru. Okay. So that's one of the things, you have these people who will say like, yeah, I made, $50,000 in a month, and I'm killing it, and you could do it too, and all, and it's like, all right. Oh, you want to know how to be successful on YouTube? Just post every day. So same with this, it could say, oh yeah, let's talk, and then you're just giving them like some generic script, and then it's like, well, I don't know why you're not successful like me, boo. And it's like, well, the talk ain't really that beneficial. But I have another one here, and it says AfroTech is completely what you make it. Yeah, it's parties, entertainment, but people are also getting funding, networking, finding real jobs, and making genuine valuable connections. Most conferences cost similar or more if you spend your time partying and not working. So that's a good point, But then again, I want to see how many people did this compared to the number of attendees that are not speakers. I want to see that number of how many people actually attended that were not speakers, and how many of y'all actually landed jobs via this. The one before, he would say, I almost never find great value in a talks or workshop. Now, it could be an individual thing, or it could not be, because the original poster is saying it was okay, the value doesn't match the price paid, which kind of shows like, yeah, there's parties, but it seems like the main thing is not being focused on, is more of let's party and let's hang out and let's just talk, which I'm not paying $800 to talk, y'all. Okay, but I got another one because my computer about to die, y'all. My thing is at 20%. I do not have my charger in here. Last one, it says it always seems like it's a lot of afroing and not teching, which is essentially, we're all just chilling, we're hanging out, whatever. Another, expression to say that we're all just hanging out, we're all chilling and all this, but we're not really doing what we're supposed to be doing in this AfroTech thing. And I just want to go back to what I thought this was about. Okay. And it says AfroTech Conference is the largest Black tech conference of the year. Get ready to connect with global community of 20,000 plus Black tech innovators during a series of digital and in-person events filled with dynamic programming on emerging trends, networking opportunities with industry leaders, and conversations with top tech recruiters. And people were upset because they had a certain expectation, but that obviously was not being achieved, or not achieved, but it was not being satisfied. They thought it was going to be more of like a job fair, networking opportunity. It seemed like it was more like a let's talk, chill, and let's just have like a social gathering kind of thing going on. But this video is long enough as it is. So if you all have gone to said AfroTech, let me know down below. If you guys wanted to go or are going to the next one that's going to be in Houston next year, let me know. And also any other things that you have found out about AfroTech and whatnot. Am I wrong about this? Like, okay, it's more than that. It's what you make of it. Like that one commenter said. Let me know down below. And until then. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and also leave a comment down below. I would also appreciate it if you could go on ebay.com, simply type in Latrice Limited, click on shops, and then you can support me right over there. I have a wide variety of items over there. I have many of my own personal Latrice Limited items, which has candles, bath bombs, soaps, essential oil blends, lingerie robes. I have a whole bunch of stuff. I even have comic books on there, men's ties, action figures, a whole bunch of other stuff as well. Definitely support me on there. Like I said, do not forget to like and subscribe, and thank you.